Hi guys, how's it going? Ryan Rage here. Just making a wee video for you today on RuneScape. Okay, so RuneScape recently released the NXT client. I used to play RuneScape years ago, started in around 2005, played right through till about 2011, 2012. Around that point it was kind of casual playing, so I haven't played in a while. So basically I've made a wee video on starting a RuneScape account on 2016 and why you should play. Now, I had done it like originally live commentating for it, but I did a wee bit of a rookie mistake and had the speakers bleeding the sound, so I kind of messed up the sound quality. So I've kept the video footage off me doing it, but this time I'm just going to narrate while going over it. So this wee video, I'll let you see what the game's like, all the improvements it's had graphically, the voiceovers, and there's even some cinematics in it, which makes the game really cool. When I played, it was really a competitive approach, like player versus player. It was just about being rich, and there was quests, but you couldn't really get into the story too much. Now it's got these cinematics, the graphics are improved, and they're actually quite good. They're kind of average for today for like an MMORPG. Now I know some people will say, oh, they're not that great, but whenever you play RuneScape old school, which they still have an old school server, um, when you play that, you'll really notice the difference, and it's really quite interesting. So let's get on to the video.
Hi guys, Ryan Rage here. As you can see, I've got the RuneScape NXT launcher opened at the minute. You can download this from the website. So I haven't given the new RuneScape client a proper playthrough yet. I don't even know the setup or the layout or how to function it correctly yet. So it's still a learning process. Like I said earlier, I've played RuneScape from about 2005 up until about 2011, 2012. It was just kind of casual playing around the end. I was addicted to the game, loved it, and I used to play it for, you know, just the competition aspect of it, not necessarily for the story. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got the launcher open. You can see username and email and password login. You can even log in with your Facebook or Google Plus account. Okay, so what I will be doing is I'll be going down, clicking on free account, and walking you through exactly how you create your character and how you get into the game. Okay, I do believe that we don't have Tutorial Island anymore. I'm not sure if that's still the case in the old school RuneScape. I'd imagine so, that they still have it. But in this here, you're in a wee place called Ashdale. And it's basically Tutorial Island, but it's got a wee bit more of a story to it. It's actually quite interesting, and I do much prefer it. Okay, so give us a wee second, and we'll be moving on. Okay, so as you can see here, we're going to be designing our hero. Okay, there's the music clicked in now, so a wee bit of background music for the video, great. Okay, so male, obviously, I've got him on the whitest colour because if you've seen me in the video there before, I'm extremely pasty white. Okay, so we've clicked onto the hair. Now, when I was recording this, I just couldn't make up my mind, so there's a wee cut. So there's quite a bit of variation. Not a lot now, but it's still good enough to find one that you're happy with. So there's the Justin Bieber do, which I was like, nah, and then I ended up sticking with the Jon Snow sort of look. There's a wee goatee, and then that was me, done.
Some heroes are born, possessing natural gifts that lift them above the ordinary. Some heroes are made. Their strength is the result of hardship and toil. Some heroes live for adventure, confronting terrible dangers in pursuit of riches and fame, while others fight to protect those who cannot defend themselves. But some heroes have more unlikely origins. This is the story of one such hero.
Okay, so you can see a wee bit of cinematics going on. It's really cool, voiceover, the quality, everything in it is just so good so far, and I'm really excited to kind of get in the game. I've made this account, I'm Ryan Rage, just especially for you guys so that you can see me kind of play the game from the start up. Okay, so that's the end of the cinematics, and now you can see me kind of having a wee look around at the graphics, which, you know, if I say so, are quite impressive. So now we're going to go over and talk to Godric. Okay, so this is kind of like your wee helper that kind of takes you through this. Ashdale.
About something very important, Paddy. I a vision. The world was on fire. All of Gielinor was consumed in flames. When I awoke, I knew I had to come and get you. You're special, laddie. You have talents and abilities beyond those of ordinary folk. Gielinor needs heroes now more than ever. That's why you have to come with me to the mainland. Once we're there, I'll guide you to places where you can put your talents to use. But before we set off, we'll need to prepare you for the journey ahead. You're going to need some food and a decent sword for a start. That rusty old blade of yours wouldn't cut a loaf of bread. Right you are, laddie.
So yeah, it's quite good. We're just gonna follow Godric here. Yeah, he really does go into depth with the things he says.
Do you hear that? Saradomin's beard. Kill it!
I love all the wee sayings they have. Saradomin's beard, and then he also mentions later here about Armadill's eyebrows. You know, so there is a good wee bit of humour in it.
What
So
in the name of Armadill's eyebrows was that about?
there you go, Armadill's eyebrows.
I'd like to have an Ashdale before.
Okay, so we got our first wee ability,
Wait a minute. Did you hear that?
which you can see down in the wee bar there below. And then you can hit either the number 1 that it says, or you can just kind of click on it. So we gained a
done,
level.
laddie. You fought bravely. The question is, where did those creatures come from? I've never seen anything like it in Ashdale before. Something is wrong. Very wrong. I'm not as young as I used to be, laddie. If there's danger coming, the task of protecting Ashdale will have to fall to you. Anyway, let's press on. For now, we'll stick with a plan of preparing you for the journey to the mainland. But we should keep an eye out for anything unusual.
Okay, so at this point I decided that I needed to open up my audio settings. I felt that the music and the sound effects and the ambient sounds were too loud in the back, you know, while playing this and commenting over it, and the voiceover was kind of being drowned, you know, in the game. So I'm going to follow Godric again to where he takes us through. So we're learning skills as we go along. It's really cool. You see the wee birds flying past and all now as well. Okay, so here we are. We're going to be doing some fishing.
Time to do some fishing. Here's some bait to get you started.
So at this point you get 3 fish, and then he's going to walk us around and we'll have to cook them.
Right, let's go and cook those fish.
We really do get a good grasp of Godric's character in this. You know, I think the quality of the voiceovers are just excellent. Really, really does bring it to life.
Right, here we are. Find the fish in your backpack, then use the fire to cook it.
Okay, so we click on the fish, and then we're going to be clicking on the fire, and then it'll open up a wee option menu for us here, to which we can go there, or we can go down and click cook. Okay, again the wee
They look
level and
nicely
cooking.
cooked to me, but don't eat them now. Keep hold of them until you really need them. Food's the best thing for restoring health, so you should always have a little bit with you in case you get into a fight. Now, let's get started on your new sword. That rusty old blade of yours isn't going to last much longer.
Okay, so now we're going to the next part, where we run into a zombie cow.
Well, what have we here? Give it a poke, will you? Just to make sure it's dead.
So we're going to inspect the dead cow, then it like comes to life and is a zombie. Now we have to kill it. Down in 2 hits, nice. Okay, we'll grab the gold.
Weird. Never in all my days have I seen anything like that. Whatever is happening here, it's more serious than I thought. Looks like you're going to need a new sword, laddie. Your old one is beyond repair. Let's head to the quarry so we can get the ore you need.
Okay, so after the quarry where we can get some copper and tin. So we'll be mining this for a wee pickaxe. And you'll see here that even, I don't even know what you would call them, the emotes I kind of guess, or the actions. It's a lot more realistic now than it used to be. Okay, so off to get the copper. He's working so hard that he wipes the sweat off his head. And then we'll go over and get some tin. Then we go up to a smelting furnace after this here and basically fuse the copper ore and the tin ore together to make bronze.
Let's head over to the smithy.
Okay, the smithy.
Right, the first thing to do is use the furnace to make a bronze bar.
Okay, so we click on the ore and then we click on the furnace. Gives us our bar, then we have to use the anvil.
Now, use the anvil to make yourself a sword.
Okay, this here wee bit here reminds me of, if any of you watch Game of Thrones, you know, like in season 1 where you've got the young fella, whatever you call your man, it was the king at the time in season 1, I can't mind his name, but it reminds me of that wee scene where the guy's making the armor and stuff. Pretty cool.
That's a fine blade, laddie. Now all you need to do is equip it.
Okay, so we've got our sword. Now we equip it by simply clicking on it. Now it shows us in our armor there that it is equipped. That's why I'm circling around it.
Let's go.
One thing I think the game should have had, you see that my guy's moving and the words are written there. They should give him like a voice, like one you can choose from. Maybe like, you know, there's a few voices, even a few you could just choose from.
Prepare yourself, laddie. Something tells me we've got a fight ahead of us.
Okay, so we'll walk up here, and then you'll notice here that it's going to go into a wee cinematic. Okay. Okay, so that was interesting. Now we gotta fight her zombies. So this is almost like a wee boss. They've kind of made the tutorial island, or Ashdale in this case, like a quest, which is quite interesting and makes it really enjoyable from the get-go. The old tutorial island was so boring. Alright, that's the zombies down. Now we're gonna get Morwena. Or Morwena, I don't know how to pronounce it. Morwena. Morwena the Krill, yeah.
It is useless to resist.
And again, even when you're fighting the enemies and they're talking, it's pretty sweet.
Once you are dead, I will make you my slave. Can you not feel my power?
Okay, so I'm using a wee mixture of my special abilities. When I'm kicking, I'm dazing her. And then I'm using my other, it's kind of like a slice and slash sort of effect. And it seems to deal more damage. That was me kicking her to daze her, or stun. And then we'll get another wee bit of cinematics here. There we go.
No, it cannot be. How did
was a fight to remember. You fought bravely, laddie, and you did me proud. I'm sure the townspeople will want to thank you for what you've done. Meet me at the harbour when you're ready to set off for the mainland.
Okay, so now we're following Godric to the harbour, where we'll jump on the boat and travel to the mainland of Gielinor. And there's all my wee fans jumping and congratulating me.
This boat will take us to the mainland. Just use the gangplank to climb aboard. Just climb aboard the boat. I'll be right behind you.
Okay, so we jump onto the boat. And then, again, we've got a wee bit of cinematics, which I'm loving. It's really bringing the story to life. Okay, go. Alright. We got Rick on the ship. The ship that he can't even see over. So for some reason there was no voiceover for that line.
My house is just a short way from here. Let's go.
Okay, so a short wee walk into his house, which is here, to where he explained a few more wee things.
The first thing I need to do is give you this. It's a contact gem. It'll allow you to talk to me even when I'm far away.
Okay, so we've got a wee contact gem in case we need help in the game, which is a really useful feature. Okay, so now it's taking us down to the bottom corner where we can open the path system interface. You can see here we've got all our tasks, and then there's also our quests and challenges, mini games, beasts, and like we featured things and all as well. So a lot to do. So he's telling us here about the lodestones and how they work. So basically it's just a wee teleporting thing because the world's so big to kind of get us about quicker without having to buy teleports from the Grand Exchange. Okay, so we're off to Lumbridge. We cast a wee spell, which still seems to be the same as it always was. Okay, so that pretty much sums it up for the tutorial. That's how we start up a RuneScape account, and now we're into the mainland where the real journey begins. So as you can see, there's wee white dots that we follow, and it takes us to our first quest, which is just over in the corner here. Okay, now what I want you to notice when we enter this area, the weather changes. It changes the whole mood for the area that you're in. So I think that is really cool. So that about sums it up for this video. You can go on and do your first quest when you're ready. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. There'll be plenty more of this, and not just in RuneScape, there'll be other wee games there as well. Alright, thanks again, and I'll see you later.